Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and just uploaded a video here on the channel talking about a new type of Bommel nuking one-shot team to farm him, effectively revolving around the Fusion champion in Nishok. Now, this team is going to feature a lot of ally attack mechanics, most famously using people like Longbeard and Kreela, and can even have instances where 3 ally attack champions are going to be viable in a team like this. So, obviously, one of the biggest questions that's going to come up in the community is, well, who are the ally attack champion choices to pick from? Who can sub in for champions like Longbeard and Kreela? And since Bommel is such an important boss to get right, it means that these champions are now going to have a lot more value inside the game because they are going to be heavily considered to be candidates for being built and invested in on your account, because they can be in such a crucial team and have such a crucial role in helping you get past those Bommel stages. So in this video, we are going to dive into the other ally attack champions that are not just Longbeard and Kreela. We'll also rehash them and what makes them good and compare all of them, just so you know what all of your options are out there. So let's get into it. Alrighty, now first of all, I'm not going to rehash that team very much in this video because it's literally my last video here on the channel, and it's been covered extensively throughout lots of different content creators in the community. But I wanted to talk about specifically the power surge of these ally attack champions now that they are part of such a crucial team for your account. And let's go ahead and just start with those first 2 that I was using in the team that I built, and one of them is going to be the Skinwalker legendary Longbeard. Now, Longbeard is actually one of the best ally attack champions in the game because it is going to be joining up with all your team. 4 allies means everybody's going to be coming, and it's going to be damage increased by 20%. So this is a very, very strong ally attack ability. Now, Longbeard was a really good legendary back at like the start of Raid, but he hasn't really seen much play in the last couple years or so. In Raid, he's been power crept by other legendaries. So it's really cool that he is now going to be thrust into the forefront and be a very crucial part of putting together Bommel strategies. And also, Kreela that you saw me use is an Orc legendary, and Kreela's is a little bit interesting because we are going to be teaming up with 3 random allies. That means it is not the full team. Now, if you want to make sure you bring the Nishok with you to blow up the Bommel, for example, you're either gonna have to run a 4-person team and just take longer on the waves, which is possible, or you're just gonna have a little bit of RNG and you're gonna have like a 75% win rate on your Bommel team. But Kreela, definitely a very solid ally attack option because she can also increase attack and crit rate along with the ally joining mechanics that she brings to the table. But then, who are some of the other options? And I think some of them may not be at the forefront of your head in terms of thinking about them very often, but actually, one of the recent fusions that everybody kind of dunked on or didn't think was very good, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but we had some people not thinking had very much hype within the game in terms of going after them. But Lonatheral, the high elf, actually has this ability right here: increase crit damage on all allies and then team up with all allies to attack a single enemy. Now, this is obviously going to be very, very strong in the context of the Bommel teams that we're putting together, and would be a very, very solid option for that team in terms of bursting down the Bommel boss with Nishok by placing those A1s that he can bring with the full guarantee. This is different than the Kreela one. This is going to be all allies and much more reliable than like that one where it's just 3 random allies. Now, this next one is probably not a secret to anybody because he's one of the best champions in the game, and Cardiel, and a Void legendary that everybody would love to have because he's amazing. And Cardiel would also be great in this scenario because he's got places 30% increased crit rate and 30% increased crit damage, then team up with all allies to attack a target enemy. So again, would be a very, very solid option. But I'm sure everybody that has Cardiel has probably already built him and thought about using him in certain places. So he doesn't have a whole lot of room to grow in terms of going up, but he is definitely a very solid ally attack champion. And in that similar thought process to Cardiel, we have got another one of the best champions in the game in Nekrit. Now, Nekrit has an A2, team up with allies to attack one enemy, and all allies under ally protection buffs placed on this champion will join the attack. So as long as you can kind of hit the right team and set things up properly, Nekrit would be another option in terms of going with the whole team to team up and bring someone like Nishok to place those bombs. Then next up, we've got another one that is a little bit similar to Krila in terms of not being insanely reliable, but can still do it. And we've got Alonicus of the Chosen. We're going to team up with 3 random allies to attack a single enemy. The allies joining the attack will use their default skills, fill the turn meter of all allies by 30%, increase duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. A very cool ability and something that could slot perfectly fine in that team, but again, would not be 100% perfectly reliable unless you used 4 champions instead of the full team. And we have also got some non-legendary options, and first up is probably one that you're very familiar with, is in a lot of those unkillable clan boss compositions. We've got Farrakhan the Fat right here with the A3, plays 30% increased crit rate and 30% increased crit damage on all allies. Then we are going to have all allies except this champion will attack 1 enemy, which that's perfectly fine in the team. Like the context I'm making this video, we're just looking for that that knee shock to come with, so that would be a perfectly reliable ability here on Farrakhan. Then in the Undead Hordes, we have got an Epic and Catacomb Counselor who's going to go into that viable but not perfect tier because we've got Army of Death team up with 3 random allies to attack a single enemy, and obviously they will join their default attack. So another option right here, non-legendary in Catacomb Counselor. Then we start getting into a little bit more of the niche type ones. I've mostly covered the ones that would be really good for that Bommel team. You do have things like Lady Atessa, where you're going to attack 1 enemy with 2 random allies. So it's not even one of those unreliable 3 ones. We're getting all the way down to 2 here. But Lady Atessa does have a way to do that. And similar to Lady Atessa, we've even got a rare in Hyria that has this ability right here, attack 1 enemy with 2 random allies. That would be a super budget option, maybe to throw in there in that 4th spot if you've got 2 other ally attack champions and you just wanted to make the team a little bit more reliable. This could maybe, something like this could maybe bump up your percentages chances a little bit with something like Hyria or Lady Atessa, but does have capability to at least add a little bit of value in that context. So that is the ones that I was able to see when I was kind of going through and researching for this video. If I missed any, definitely let me know down in the comment section. I'll try to probably compile some sort of list and do some sort of post, making sure to articulate this as best as possible. But this is the ones that stood out to me in terms of being impacted by some of these new strategies and ways of killing Bommel that I think. So the ones that were most affected are probably going to be that fusion champion, Lonatheral, the high elf right here that has the very reliable ally attack ability, and then also Longbeard in the Skinwalkers. I think if you have either one of those, they are going to be a great choice to build now if you haven't already, because someday you're going to want to put together a team that can smash down Bommel, and especially if you're going for the knee shock fusion that is live at the time of me making this video, I think Longbeard and Lonatheral would make a lot more sense to invest in now than they did a week ago before we had discovered this new Bommel strategy. So that will do it for me on this one. As always, remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and I will see you soon in the next video tomorrow on Monday as we kick off the week and head into week 2 of the knee shock fusion. So have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Peace.